Good morning, everybody. This video, this purpose is to really do two things. Okay, one is to make a scatter plot of data. So the data that we're going to use is here. We've got a player's distance from the goal in meters, a basketball player, and the number of successful shots that player has made from that distance. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is make a scatter plot of this data. The second goal is to then fit a line to that data and determine the R squared values and be able to answer the question, is this line a good fit for the data? Okay, so first thing we're going to do is have to put this data in, and as we look at it, I'm reading it as the distance from goal. That is the independent variable, so that will be our x, and the number of successful shots, that is the dependent variable, that will be our y. Okay, so let me just create a new list. So what I'm going to do is go to Documents, select one. Do I want to save this unsaved document? No. And then I want to make a new list. Okay, so I'm going to go up and put distance as our x value, our dependent variable, and I'm gonna put this in as successes, right? The number of successful shots. So this is a little bit annoying, but there's no getting around it. So I'm gonna put this data in 253.5. Hopefully I won't make a mistake here. 624515. 741356. 741356. Hopefully that's right. 74125. Yeah. Okay. Then I'll go up and we'll put the number of successes in, and these are all going to be whole numbers. 17, 6, 10, 5. And then 8, 18, 6, 8. If you guys don't want to watch me do this, by the way, just go ahead and skip forward a little bit. But it doesn't take too long. Okay, so there are two sets of data, and again, I like labeling these because then when we go to make the graph, it's easier to remember what's where. Okay, so now I'm going to do menu, insert, let me go to add page, right? Which is a control document, right? Control doc. So now I want to add data and stats. Okay, and so we can go back and forth. One thing I forgot to mention earlier, guys, that I really like about the Nspire is let's say we made a data entry mistake. Well, we can just correct that data entry mistake here in this 1.1, and it will auto update this graph. On older calculators, you'd have to put all the data back in and redo the graph part, and it just takes a lot longer. Okay, so right now this looks a little bit weird, so let's just make sure that we're applying the right thing. So on our x-axis, we want a distance, right? And on our y-axis, we want successes. Okay, so that looks a little bit better, right? And we can even hover over and check all of our individual data points, which is pretty cool. So if I go back to the question itself, part A says draw a scatter plot of data. All right, so if we wanted to, we could just copy this onto a piece of paper. Okay. Part B, will R be positive or negative? Well, if we look at this data, it looks like as we increase distance, what happens to the number of successes? Well, they decrease, right? So when that happens, when increasing one variable decreases the other, we said that that's a negative correlation. Okay, and that's what looks like what's happening here. So that would mean our R value, not our R squared, but our R value would be negative. Okay? Calculate R and R squared. So here's how we're going to do that. So from this graph, I'm going to push menu, and I'm going to do analyze, and I'm going to add, sorry, let me show that again. regression. Okay, and we have two options here. I really don't know, guys, why they're different. I'm going to use the mx plus b option, okay, because this is the normal, form that we use. So I'll select that, and we can see here's our regression equation, okay. And then if I go menu, plot properties, I thought I could get them here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, so let me just try one more thing, guys. Analyze. Let me just go to settings. No. Okay. I think there is a way to get the R and R squared value here, but let's just do it this way. Okay, we'll go back to our original data. I'm going to put my cursor in column C, and I'll do the following. Menu, stats, stat calculations. Okay, I'm going to do linear regression. Right? Now, here we have to tell the calculator what our variables are, right? So X was distance, Y was successes. We can save the regression equation if we want to, but we don't need to in this case. But I'll just leave it all defaulted. I'll push OK. And here you can see, right? We have our equation itself. Here's the M value, here's the B value. Those are exactly the same thing as what's shown here on the graph. Okay, here's R squared and here's R. So the R value being negative 0.91, this is good. This means that we have a strong negative linear correlation. All right. So we've done that and then described the correlation. Well, we just said what it is, right? It's a strong negative linear correlation. Why is it strong and negative? Well, it's strong because this value is, pretty close to -1, which indicates strength, and it's negative. So the correlation itself is negative. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. If anybody remembers how to do this on the graph itself, make a note in the comments, but this is not too bad of a way to do it since we already have the data in anyway. Okay, but hope that video was helpful, and we will see you on the next one. All right, bye guys.